The Paramount Skydance merger, we've been hearing about it for a while. We know it was held up, big lawsuit, Trump, like all of this stuff. Well, finally, it got through. And in that time, it looks like they're looking to make moves. It looks like they're looking to turn some stuff around, get some big franchises back out there, take advantage of what they can do on streaming. And to be fair, Paramount on streaming, they do very, very well. They've got all the Taylor Sheridan stuff, whether it's Landman, Yellowstone, all this stuff. They've got that there. They've also got Mobland that just did incredibly well. What's the one that Jeremy Renner's in? Mayor of Kingstown is pretty good. They have some pretty successful things compared to the size of Paramount's streaming service. And it looks like they want to focus on making, I know, shocker, Jay. They want to focus on making shows for their streaming service and putting movies out in theaters that actually make money. Streaming movies, not a priority at Paramount Skydance. David Ellison says the debate is over about theatrical releases driving value for film, meaning that that's what drives the value. Few and far between, unless you're Netflix, right? Few and far between if you focus on making shit for a movie for your streaming platform and you put in all the ads and marketing, all that stuff that you have to do for that. Very few times do you actually get the payback for that. And we could have some big franchises coming back. Now, some of these are more exciting than others. Paramount movie priorities on our new Skydance owners include Top Gun 3, Star Trek, and more.
Transformers, yeah.
I mean, Top Gun 3, we've been hearing about that. We've heard Tom Cruise talk about that. We heard McQuarrie talk about it in terms of, like, they think they finally got the story figured out. That could be huge for them. I don't know if it's going to match Top Gun Maverick, which made $1.5 billion.
That movie was just
whatever the hell that was.
Awesome.
I don't know if it's going to match those heights,
yeah.
But still, I would love to see a good Top Gun movie done in the same vein as Maverick. That would be awesome. But this includes potentially bringing back Michael Bay for Transformers to revitalize the Transformers franchise. Jay, I wanted to talk about this with you because you are a Transformers guy. In fact, you now have a Transformers channel.
Yeah.
You have a 100,000 subscriber Transformers channel.
Isn't that crazy how that works?
It is crazy. What would your thoughts be about bringing back the king, Michael Bay?
I think the first 3 movies were fine. They went a little off the, like, some people like 4 and 5. They just got a little weird, I think, heading into that. And then we went into the Bumblebee universe. You had Bumblebee and you had Beast Wars, which at the very end of Beast Wars, they teased a G.I. Joe Transformers film together.
Yeah.
So, like, I wonder if that's going to be scrapped and Michael Bay's just going to come back and just start over and, like, just start from the beginning. If they were smart, which, talking about Hollywood here, they would take the Skybound comics, the ones that I freaking love. Like, actually, I've been going through this one, right? I had it with me, right? It's right next to me. If they went through the Skybound first 25 issue story, that would be a perfect story for Transformers if they really wanted to be smart about it. But Michael Bay just kind of does his thing, and just brings in a lot of high speed action to his films, his Michael Bay films. But at the end of the day, though, whether you like the movies or not, they did make them a lot of money. So I don't see why that wouldn't be a priority to put another Transformers film on the big screen. So
I'm gonna be real. I would rather watch, Transformers 1 through 3, and even some of the Mark Wahlberg ones. I'd rather watch those movies right now than I would a lot of the superhero stuff that's coming out.
Correct. I hear you.
Not Definitely. To say that isn't its own type of genre of maybe slop, if you want to call it that. But I would rather watch some of those than I would some of the superhero stuff we have coming out. There's no doubt about that.
Correct. And shout out to my man in the chat. Like, you know who you are. You sent me this graded Transformers Starscream cover. That's freaking awesome. Came to my P.O. box. Thank you.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
That sounds like a threat. One of the unfortunate updates from this was Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek.
We might finally get the follow-up to Star Trek, J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. Listen, I've never been a big Star Trek fan. I think a lot of people could do without seeing any more Star Trek from the same people that have destroyed it the way that they have.
Yeah, I think if they do Star Trek, they just got to start over, or maybe do something else, like maybe a Deep Space Nine or something like that.
And also, the Duffer Brothers, who are the guys behind Stranger Things, it's looking more and more likely that they might be leaving Netflix and going over to Paramount to focus on making movies that go in theaters and shows that come out on Paramount Plus.
Why not? I mean, they put a good product out there, so why not try to get the best?
Yeah. Now, when these things happen, we see these like spending sprees, we see this stuff. There's always the chance that it works out kind of like the way, I don't know, Benioff and Weiss did D&D for Game of Thrones. Hey, bring them over, and then you really don't get a ton out of that deal. But obviously, when you make a product that's in high demand, you become in high demand. I really like Stranger Things. Can't wait for season 5. But they might be heading over to Paramount too. So Paramount Skydance, after this merger, they're trying to be serious about this shit and get everything turned around.
I mean, it's the best time to do it. Like you said, the superhero films ain't hitting no more. People are moving on. They want to see something else. It's just when you got like K-pop Demon Hunter, the best thing going right now. It's like people want to see something else. So now's the time, man. Now's the time. They could step on Disney's stronghold, would you say, or whatever, like, and put out some good stuff.
Well, they certainly,
and Warner Brother. Huh?
I talked about it months ago when like the end of year streaming stuff came out in the charts, and it's like the proportion of Paramount shows that did very well in terms of streaming compared to their overall subscriber base. It's wild. They're very much overachieving with the level of subscribers they have, with how many shows that they have in like the top 10, top 20 of originals streaming shows. Whereas a place like Disney Plus is just, despite the fact they have 150 million subscribers worldwide, it is abysmally low for them. You know what I mean? Because they do not have original shit that people want to watch. Paramount Plus does, though.